Planet Earth, home to over 6 billion people, all of whom have only one question on their minds. What's for dinner?
This is the big world of food. I'm your host, Chef John Varanese.
Shh. Be very, very quiet. We're hunting wild turkey.
Wild turkey hunting.
Wow, it's really early. It's about 5 o'clock in the morning, and today we were going hunting. Hunting not too long ago was a very important part of people's lives. If you didn't hunt or have somebody hunt for you, you were going hungry. And the consequences of not having fresh meat were often fatal. By the time meat made it to the market, even if there was a market, it wasn't fresh anymore. And hunting is a very important part of people's lives today. And as a chef, I have an opportunity to cook with some of the finest products available. And one of my most famous dishes is my turducken. I take a chicken and stuff it inside of a duck and then stuff it inside of a turkey. It's really delicious. And it's a very labor-intensive process. And it's not half as labor-intensive as wild turkey hunting. And today, with the patience and professional guidance of Gary Fowler, I'm going to bring you all wild turkey hunting.
And we better get out of here because we need to get there, get set up before they come off the roost.
All right, because I want to get a turkey today.
Searching for the elusive wild turkey is a tedious and complicated process. You must get up early in the morning and be ready to walk hundreds of thousands of miles. John and Gary found what they thought to be the perfect wild turkey hunting spot.
We're here turkey hunting. Gotta be very, very quiet.
That's right, John. With the decoy turkey set, John and Gary wait, and wait, and keep waiting. Soon, daylight pokes out its bright head, when suddenly, a stroke of luck.
We can hear him, but we can't see him yet.
Well, we don't call them the elusive wild turkey for nothing, John. Gary scouts the area and still sees nothing. Gary comes up with another plan, a plan so brilliant the turkeys won't know what's coming. That plan is to stop waiting.
What we need to do now, John, is we need to get a little bit more aggressive. And the reason why we need to get a little bit more aggressive is because you're limited on time. And the tactics that we employed this morning on sit and wait did not happen. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down this fence line. I know there's some turkeys down there.
Find the turkeys.
We're going to go get next to them if we can. We don't get busted. But we gotta stay next to this fence line. We gotta look, we gotta stop and watch and make sure that we don't spook them because they're over here. I sat back here this morning and heard them. Just gotta be nice, take it nice and easy.
John and Gary move deeper into the domain of the elusive wild turkey, following only the mating calls of what sounds like to be a very lonely turkey.
Did you hear them? Yeah. They're right over here. I'll tell you what we gotta do. Get up here right next to this tree right here.
After months of waiting, finally a glimpse at wild turkey victory is finally in their sights. In the not too short distance, we see a wild turkey jackpot.
There's one right over the ridge right there.
It would seem dinner is just hours away.
Let's get a little closer. I don't know, I can't tell.
Wild turkeys have a keen sense of hearing as well as eyes like an eagle, which is why John is in this brilliant camouflage. John unholsters his weapon and takes aim at what looks like to be a delicious dinner. As this is the first time John has been hunting, he remembers the training bestowed upon him by expert hunter Gary Fowler. He waits, and waits, and waits some more. When wild turkey hunting, waiting for the perfect moment is crucial. John, just shoot the bird.
Take your taste buds on a tour of Kentucky.
It's a lot of fun.
Watch Secrets of Bluegrass Chefs with host Tim Laird, Saturday nights at 10:30 on WBKI.
Tune in to The Barbara Bryant Show, weekday mornings at 6:30 on WBKI, CW7.
With 30 years experience in the industry, I've seen the evolution of the point-of-sale system, from the early days of the handwritten checks to now the amazing Aloha system. Here at Varanese, we chose Aloha, first of all, for its exceptional service, but also its ease of use. We can split checks, even individual items. I can check sales reports, product mix reports. I can literally run the entire restaurant from this one computer. This is why Aloha is our system of choice.
Today with Kristen Malone, Sullivan University Baking and Pastry Program. How are you doing this afternoon?
Good, how are you?
So where are you from, Kristen?
I'm from right here in Louisville. I grew up in Crestwood, and I'm here locally.
So staying local, going to school. What made you choose Sullivan University?
Well, I knew I always wanted to be in some kind of cooking world, and I went to a regular university for a few years, and I decided it wasn't really my thing, so I came here, and it fits. It's home.
Well, why baking and pastries?
Culinary and baking and pastrying are two completely different worlds,
yes.
And I felt I enjoy cooking, but my passion is baking, and when I'm in here and I'm doing my thing, it's fire, and I love it.
Excellent. A lot more detail in there, huh?
Oh yeah, it's definitely more of an art.
What do you enjoy most about Sullivan University?
I like the close-knit community. I know all of my teachers. I know a lot of the students. It's a great environment. Everyone's here to really help you. You really feel, you know, like you're wanted here and you're wanted to be successful, so.
It's definitely easier to learn when you're in a comfortable environment.
Exactly, and I know all my teachers and I can talk to them about anything, so.
What's the most important thing that you're learning here that you think you're going to take with you in your career?
I think just the basic know-how, all of the technicalities in each of the areas that we work with, a lot of the bread making and the cakes that we do. It's good to know every detail of it for when we get out there in the industry.
Well, where are you in your program right now?
I'm in my second quarter. I'm getting ready to finish with my finals, and then I'm going to go on to baking 2, which is a lot of bread work and some cakes.
Excellent. So what are you going to do when you graduate from Sullivan?
Hopefully I want to do an apprenticeship, maybe in Europe somewhere, and go travel, and you know, I'm young, I have all the potential, so I definitely want to get that out there and experience everything I can before I can settle down into wherever I decide to go. So
Definitely a smart move. What do you think you would like to do in the future, long term? What kind of goal do you have?
Probably own a cake decorating shop, maybe work in a high restaurant, working as a pastry chef there. I haven't really narrowed it down yet, but those are kind of where I want to go.
Well, it's all about exploring the options and finding things out.
So that's what I hope to do when I graduate, is know exactly what I want to do by exploring every option.
Well, excellent. Well, thanks for spending some time with us this afternoon, Kristen.
Thank you.
Well, that was Kristen Malone from Sullivan University and future pastry chef.
Interested in a career in hospitality? Give us a call at 502-456-6505 or check us out at sullivan.edu. How to Buy brought to you by Kentucky Proud.
You really don't have to be intimidated by buying fresh local fish from your market. There's just a few things that you need to know about it. And today we're here with Andrea Caparelli with the Department of Agriculture and Kentucky Aquaculture, who brings small farms to local consumers with Kentucky Proud. Here we have farm-raised paddlefish, freshwater prawns, and also hybrid striped bass. A few things that you need to look for is the fresh, firm flesh. When buying whole fish, you need to look for the clear eyes, nice pink gills, and tight scales. How you doing this afternoon, Angela?
I'm great, thanks, John. We do grow all these 3 species along with some largemouth bass, some trout, some tilapia we have growing with the prawn, and these are available to the local consumers at some of those small independent markets such as Value Market, through Grasshoppers, and also you should ask your local chef if they'll prepare it for you.
Well, there you go. Either visit your local market or contact Angela at kyagr.com.
Eclectic, contemporary Mediterranean cuisine, extensive wine list, Four Seasons patio. Exciting atmosphere. Fresh, Kentucky-proud local ingredients. Vegetarian friendly. Live jazz 7 nights a week. For more information, call 502-899-9904. Varanese, 2106 Historic Frankfort Avenue.
After 2 weeks out in the wilderness, John and Gary emerged victorious with a glorious bird. Now to learn how to cook wild turkey.
Usually on the big world of food, we're bringing food from farm to table. Today, we're bringing food from field to table. And Gary's not just only an expert huntsman, but he's an experienced chef, and he's gracious enough to bring us here today and share some of his great turkey recipes with us. So what do we have this afternoon there, Gary?
Well, first of all, you got to know that wild turkey is as lean as it can be. It is healthy. This is a free-ranging bird. It hasn't been fed any hormones or growth things that make it grow like they do on these turkey farms. This is as good as it gets. What we're going to do first is we're going to take this turkey breast that I've already cut off. We're going to take and we're going to slice it against the grain, okay? I cut it across the grain, just like that. And then I like to do it in bite-sized pieces, whether I'm smoking it or whether I'm deep frying it, because I want all the batter around it. And in smaller bites, you get more flavoring. In the smoker, you also get, if you got a smaller piece, you get more smoke surface.
More flavor, more surface.
That's exactly right. So what we do is we just take and cut it up in sizes about like that. Take and throw it in our ranch dressing.
Ranch dressing, huh? Is that your secret?
Well, it's, I don't know if anybody else does it, but I do it. But I'll add a little bit of milk to it to thin it out. And then we'll let this marinate for about 2 hours, 3 hours, doesn't make any difference. And then we pull it out and we run it in our Kentucky kernel. This stuff, you can make your own seasoned flour. I've tried it.
Did you borrow this recipe from the Colonel?
No, I didn't. It's mine.
Your recipe.
And we'll fry it for about 4.5 minutes. Comes out, it's awesome.
And you touched on before that the wild turkey is lean, and it also has some other health benefits from not having antibiotics and steroids and
exactly. And it's a ball to hunt. As you
it
well
definitely
know.
was. You know, it took definitely a little bit of patience and some time, but we definitely persevered this afternoon.
Right, right. Then what else we're going to do is we're going to cut up some of these, some more of this wild turkey, and we're going to take and we're going to skewer it on wooden skewers. Just run it down there on the end of it. That's all you got to do. Take another one, run it down through there, and then go back here and put it on the smoker. We're going to smoke it for approximately 45 minutes. You don't want to over smoke because it'll dry out, okay?
That smells great. What kind of wood do you smoke with?
I like hickory, but I'll smoke with apple if I can get some. Pecan wood is excellent if you're doing fish. I like mesquite. Gosh, I mean, there's so many different woods that you can use, but around here, hickory is plentiful, and if you can get it, green hickory. When it's green, when it's very fresh cut.
Does it smoke more?
Yes, it does, and it gives it more of an intense flavor. It's awesome.
Excellent. I love smoked foods.
And another thing we're going to do today is I'm going to make some of my infamous baked beans. Now, these are not ordinary baked beans.
So what makes your beans different?
Well,
why are they not ordinary?
I'll just tell you this. A guy came over here and had them one night. He said, I don't want beans. I don't like beans. And I said, well, why don't you have a taste? He took a little taste and he went back for seconds and thirds. I knew
beans, huh, guys?
I knew I had a hit. So what we do is we take just a can of regular old pork and beans, nothing special. Every grocery sells them. We take and we add about 1/4 cup of pineapple.
And is that crushed pineapple?
That's crushed pineapple. And we also take about 1/4 cup of some fresh fried sausage.
Is that breakfast sausage?
That's
Italian sausage?
No,
or just breakfast sausage?
Just breakfast sausage.
Excellent. Adding some pork to the beans in a different fashion there.
And then, you can't have baked beans if you don't have what? Brown sugar, right? So we had about a quarter of a cup of baked beans.
And that's going to give it some nice body with the brown sugar.
Oh, sure it does. And that's one of the reasons why you drain the beans, because if you put the can of beans in there with all the liquid, you end up with, it's too liquidy because it becomes liquid.
You want to create your own sauce.
That's correct. And you put a little bit of, I don't know, maybe 2 tablespoons of ketchup. 2 tablespoons of your favorite.
All right, barbecue baked beans. Yummy.
And the secret ingredient.
Oh, sriracha. I've seen that bottle before.
How hot do you like it?
We like it a medium.
You do it.
All right. This stuff definitely has a little bit of a kick to it. That might be a little more than medium there, but
that's hot.
It's going to be good.
And then all we do is put it on the grill. About 45 minutes later, should be ready.
Excellent. You know what I like about this is that we're outside and we're doing all our cooking out here. Enjoy the beautiful day. We're out hunting all day long, and we get to enjoy the rest of the afternoon now outside cooking, and don't have to dirty up the kitchen inside.
Well, here's another thing too. Is it's a North American wild turkey. I mean, back when they hunted the wild turkeys till almost extinction. See, we didn't have turkeys in the state of Kentucky up until about 30 years ago when they reintroduced them into the state, and the population has grown and flourished and done great. But back then they didn't have but 2 ways to cook them, and as to preserve it, they would smoke them, or they could cook it over open fire, and that's what we're doing.
Excellent. And we know that you're a professional huntsman, fisherman. What got you into cooking? How do you, I mean, because I'm pretty impressed with what you're doing so far here.
Well, you asked me that earlier, and the only answer I can tell you is that I don't know. I mean, I fell in, it's so gratifying to fix something and to somebody to sit down at your table and to tell you, man, that's delicious. I mean, that makes you feel good.
I definitely see that you have a knack for it because, you know, you use really great ingredients. You have multiple different flavors, textures, background of flavor. You got the sweet, the spicy. So, you know, as a professional, you really know what you're doing.
Well, I got you fooled, right?
All right. How long do you want to leave it in the flour? Do you let it kind of cake on, or are we ready to put it right in the fryer?
Put it right in there.
All right, a little fry daddy here. And set the
we got it at about 375 degrees.
Get a nice little crust on it.
For about 4.5 minutes, John.
And the trick is putting in the oil to place it in there. You don't want to drop it in there, and then you're full of burns and scars. And unfortunately, I had to learn all those things the hard way.
Well, you don't want to drop it in there either.
Yeah.
4.5 minutes, and she's ready to go.
Excellent. So we have some fried turkey here, smoked turkey. We got our baked beans rolling. Man, this sounds like an excellent lunch. I can't wait to eat.
We're going to eat. Now what we're going to do, these have been smoking for about 45 minutes. We're going to take them out. We're going to season them up. We're going to put them on the grill.
Oh, a little combination cooking method here.
So, you hang on to that for me?
Sure. Don't mind being the sous chef. Oh, those look great. Got a little bit of char on there from the smoker already.
Uh-huh. Look at that.
Very nice. And now we're going to put them over on the grill.
We're gonna
we got to season them first.
We're going to bring them over here.
So what's our seasoning here?
Were you very good at art class?
No, not very good, but I can paint a little bit of sauce.
Well, I got a Japanese type Szechuan sauce, but what I do is I add sriracha chili sauce to it to give it a kick. Okay, so we'll do about 4 or 5 of those.
This looks like a little bit of a hoisin in there in the base.
Sure is. You can tell by how thick it is.
And it's great because it has a high sugar content. And it's going to coat and really stick to the turkey here.
Well, the turkey is almost cooked. So these aren't going to stay on the grill very long at all.
We're just going to kind of caramelize these sugars on the side of them.
Yep.
All right, get a couple more strokes here, and I think we're 100% covered here.
You want to be my guest?
Yeah.
Let me open it for you. Just right on the grill. It won't take them long. Because like I said, we've already got them smoked.
So just kind of cook them the rest of the way through and caramelize those sugars on the outside there.
That's exactly right. We're going to cover them up. It won't take them long. It's excellent. John, they're done.
Excellent. These things are looking awesome. We're just going to shake them off a little bit, put them on this paper towel here to soak up the extra grease here.
Let them cool off a little bit. A lot of times when you pull something straight out of the fryer is the time when you really want to salt it. Because the ranch dressing is salty already on this, I recommend that you don't, because it already is salty. We'll let them cool off. Gosh, these are about to come off the grill. Our skewers, they're ready.
Excellent. Those look great.
Look at that.
Nice caramelization there on the outside.
Doesn't that look good?
You making y'all at home hungry yet?
There you go.
There we go. Get two at once. Excellent. All right, we're ready to plate up everything. It looks wonderful here. We're going to take some of our Gary's famous baked beans.
Which has sausage and pineapple and, of course, ketchup, barbecue sauce, and brown sugar.
Some like baked beans you've never seen before.
With a little bit of sriracha chili sauce.
And then we have Gary's risotto, pineapple risotto, and what else we have in there? You said some ginger.
No, not in this particular one. That's in my hominy dish that I do. But that's and then we got some green onions that we can just sprinkle on top of it just for garnish.
A little color there, and then we have our beautiful smoked turkey. And then for the fried turkey, we made some fresh roasted garlic and horseradish aioli. Wow, look at that dish. That looked like something that would come out of the kitchen at Varanese.
That's delicious.
Man, I can't wait to try this.
You guys are going to love it.
What do you recommend trying first, the fried turkey or the smoked turkey?
That's your choice.
Oh, I've been looking at the fried. That's awesome.
Did we do it?
Yes. Gary, thank you for having us out here today.
I enjoyed every bit of it. You did a great job. I was proud of you.
Well, thank you. Well, I hope you guys at home enjoyed our experience of wild turkey hunting and learned some great new recipes for Thanksgiving and fried turkey. Everybody has a dream. Mine was to open my own restaurant that serves locally grown food prepared with a creative flair. And thanks to Commonwealth Bank and Trust, my restaurant is now a reality. Commonwealth Bank provided me with all the banking options I needed. They make decisions locally, provide superior service, and best of all, they treat me like family. So whatever your banking needs may be, check out Commonwealth Bank, and rest assured, you'll be in the hands of people who treat you like family.
Cool Tools is brought to you by the Dine Company.
Welcome to another Cool Tools segment brought to you by the Dine Company. Today we have something really neat. We have an offsetted bread knife here. It makes it really easy to cut because the handle is raised a little more. And it's also really sharp. These great for using in multiple different products. I also love to use it to cut tomatoes because tomatoes in the summertime tend to be really ripe, and this just really slices through the tomato. It's not going to bruise it, and it makes cutting a lot easier for the home cook. All right, we're making a little bruschetta here this morning. We're also going to take the Dexter Velo Sure Grip knife. It's also great for chopping vegetables. It gives you the extra surety of cutting here and making sure that you're not going to slip with a large knife. I'm just making a couple horizontal cuts and then coming across with a couple vertical cuts to get some really nice fine chop here. We're going to add a little bit of the onion to the bruschetta. Also a little bit of a chopped basil here. Garlic, oil, and some salt, pepper. And we're just going to put together our bruschetta. All right, and then we're going to use our Queasy Pro grater to grate a little bit of fresh cheese on the top. These are great because they come in a couple different sizes. The Queasy Pro grater and a large selection of Dexter knives. Just some of the cool tools you can find here at the Dine Company.
For all of your culinary needs, come to the Dine Company at 3110 Preston Highway or check us out at dinecompany.com.
Doing things differently leads to something exceptional in an absolute world.
Welcome to another exceptional experience brought to you by Absolute. Let's see what exceptional cocktail my award-winning bartender Rory is going to shake up for us today.
The cocktail we're making today is the Citrus Star Martini. What we're going to do is we're going to start out with our Varanese Mandarin orange glaze. This goes on our salmon, but I've incorporated it into this cocktail. I'm going to add a little star fruit and just a dash of simple syrup. Going to muddle this up. It's going to release all the flavors, get that Mandarin orange and that star fruit all mixed together. What I've done here is I've halved a vanilla bean. Just going to get a little bit of that vanilla out of there. Going to add a depth of flavor into this cocktail. Going to add an ounce of Absolute vanilla and an ounce of the Mandarin Absolute. Add our ice. Give this a shake. Going to strain that into our martini glass. Finish it off with just a splash of ginger ale. That's going to brighten it up. Garnish it with just a little bit of those Mandarin oranges. Now that is an exceptional cocktail.
Recipe of the Week brought to you by Kentucky Proud.
Today was one of the most memorable days of my life. I've hunted for the first time, and now I have a deeper appreciation for bringing fresh meat to the table. And with the help of Gary Fowler and my camera crew, we now have turkey dinner. I've taken the turkey breast and pounded it out scallopini style. I made a wonderful stuffing of fresh spinach, wild mushrooms, and fontina cheese. I've rolled it and made a basic breading procedure of flour, egg wash, and Japanese breadcrumbs. I like the Japanese breadcrumbs because it adds a little more texture to the dish. We've lightly fried this off. I have it served over atop roasted garlic and chive whipped potatoes. And of course, some sauteed green beans and caramelized onions. And we have it over a little bit of wild turkey gravy. And it makes such a wonderful dish. And for this recipe and many more like them, visit BigWorldOfFood.com. Thank you for joining us. Be sure to tune into the Big World of Food Sundays, CW Louisville at 5:30. Until then, I'm your host, Chef John Varanese. And in the meantime, visit me at my restaurant, Varanese, 2106 Frankfort Avenue.